If you are over 50 and you find yourself waking up at night to pee, sometimes once, sometimes two, three, or even more times, even on nights when you didn't drink much water before bed, listen very carefully, because doctors who specialize in sleep, aging, and bladder health say this is often one of the earliest signs that the body's nighttime regulation system is no longer working the way it used to. And this is not simply a weak bladder or something you should quietly accept as just getting older, because what shocks many people is that nighttime peeing often begins years before more serious problems like chronic fatigue, balance issues, memory fog, and loss of strength appear. And when it is ignored, it slowly drains your quality of life without obvious warning signs. Doctors explain that nighttime urination after 50 is not caused by one single problem, but by several changes happening at the same time inside the body, involving sleep hormones, kidney function, circulation, bladder sensitivity, and the nervous system. And the real danger is not the short walk to the bathroom, but what happens to your body afterward. Because every time your sleep is interrupted, your brain is pulled out of deep restorative sleep, the stage where muscles repair, hormones reset, blood sugar stabilizes, inflammation calms, and memory is protected. And when this process is interrupted, night after night, many people wake up feeling unrefreshed, tired during the day, and weaker than they expect to feel for their age. One of the earliest physical changes doctors observe after 50 is that the bladder gradually loses elasticity, meaning that when you were younger, it could stretch easily and comfortably hold urine for long periods without sending urgent signals. But as the years pass, that flexibility declines, the bladder becomes more sensitive, and it begins sending go now signals much earlier than it should, even when it is not truly full. And at night, when your nervous system is quieter and less able to suppress these signals, that urgency feels stronger, more sudden, and harder to ignore. Another major reason nighttime peeing increases is a decline in a critical hormone that normally tells your kidneys to slow urine production while you sleep. And doctors know that after 50, this hormone naturally decreases, which means your kidneys continue producing urine throughout the night, almost as if it were daytime. So while you think your body is resting, your bladder is slowly filling again and again, often waking you at the same time every night, which can be frustrating and confusing for many people. There's also a hidden circulatory factor that most people are never told about, and doctors see this frequently in adults over 50. Because during the day, gravity pulls fluid down into the legs and feet, especially if you sit for long hours, stand in one place, or move very little. And this fluid may not cause obvious swelling, but when you lie down at night, it returns to the bloodstream. The kidneys rush to filter it, and suddenly your bladder fills within the first few hours of sleep, which explains why many people wake up soon after falling asleep rather than later in the night. For men, doctors often find that even mild prostate enlargement can place pressure on the bladder and narrow the urinary pathway, making the bladder feel full long before it actually is. While for women after menopause, declining estrogen weakens the tissues that support the bladder and urethra, increasing sensitivity and urgency at night. And although the causes may be different, the result is often the same: repeated awakenings, broken sleep, and growing frustration that slowly builds over time. Many people unknowingly make nighttime peeing worse by changing the wrong habits, such as drinking too little water during the day, believing it will help, when in reality dehydration irritates the bladder lining and concentrates urine, making urgency stronger at night, or continuing to drink tea, coffee, or cola in the afternoon, not realizing caffeine can stimulate urine production for 6 to 8 hours, and heavy, salty, or spicy evening meals quietly pull more fluid into the bladder overnight and increase nighttime awakenings without you realizing the connection. Doctors consistently explain that improvement often begins when people start working with their aging body instead of fighting it, by shifting most fluid intake earlier in the day, gently elevating the legs in the evening to release trapped fluid before bedtime, emptying the bladder twice before sleep a few minutes apart to ensure more complete emptying, staying lightly active during the day to support circulation, and maintaining a calm, predictable bedtime routine that helps the nervous system stay relaxed and reduces unnecessary nighttime awakenings. It is also important to understand the difference between gradual change and sudden change, because doctors always stress that if nighttime peeing suddenly increases or comes with pain, burning, swelling, unusual thirst, unexplained weight changes, or deep fatigue, this is not normal aging and should never be ignored, as these signs may point to underlying issues that deserve medical attention, and addressing them early can protect your sleep, safety, confidence, and long-term independence. At Golden Rest Guide, our mission is to help you understand what your body is doing after 50, using calm, doctor-informed guidance you can trust, because you do not have to accept broken sleep, exhaustion, and frustration as your future. And if this video helped you understand why nighttime peeing increases with age, please like this video, subscribe to Golden Rest Guide, and share it with someone who keeps waking up tired and confused. Because better sleep after 50 is possible, and it begins with understanding what your body is trying to tell you.